What's up, everybody? It's Jeremy from Start Your Systems, and today I'm going to surprise you all, and I'm going to do a Reflex track review for you guys. Haven't done one of these in quite a while. It's been at least a few months here, but I'm going to jump right into it like normal. Hopefully I appear not to have skipped a beat in this. I haven't made a video in quite a while. But we're going to be doing a national track today, beta slot 4. So the track name is Chasewater MX by Matt428. He only has 2 releases on ReflexCentral.com, and I don't know. I think this track is amazing. I've done a couple races on it, so I do know what I'll be talking about a little bit. It's a little bit deceiving. The picture of the track is the displacement only. There's no environment or anything like that. So I was a bit skeptical on downloading it, but I'm definitely glad I did. It's definitely a fun track. So the only issues that I have with it is there's a few uphills with rollers on them, and I don't know, I'm just not the biggest fan of it, but that's very minor, so it's not that big of an issue. Just thought I'd mention that. But yeah, so like I said, this guy only has 2 releases on Reflex Central, and the other one is also a national track. Now, I was going to download that one, but the picture's the same. It's just the displacement of the track, so didn't download that one, and then I just decided, you know what, I'll give this one a try, and we'll see where it takes us. And honestly, this is probably one of the funnest tracks that I've ever played in Reflex. Not that I play Reflex too often anymore. Obviously, you guys know that I haven't made a track review in quite some time. Kellen took that one over. But I thought I'd try to help him out a little bit. He's been busy, I know, along with myself still, but I made some time for you guys, so I hope you guys are going to enjoy this. But yeah, this track has a mix of rough yet smooth. Like, as you can see on the start straight that I'm going down now, it gets kind of rough. But once you actually get into the track, that roughness kind of smooths out, and it's more of I don't know. I guess it kind of just turns into a natural roller. So as long as you're in rhythm, you shouldn't have a problem. But obviously right here it gets kind of rough, which is fine. The first few times I hit that little single right there, that big roller, I actually launched it. And then a few times after that I tried scrubbing it, and I'd stop on the top of it because it's kind of a weird roller. It's almost like a tabletop, or a really rounded off tabletop. So it's gonna take a little bit of time to get used to. If you haven't played this track already and you're wanting to, just keep that in mind. But this is one of the hills that I was telling you guys about with the rollers. You have to go to the outside, otherwise you're gonna lose a lot of your drive, and it's just not gonna be fun. But right here is probably my favorite stretch of jumps. I like bigger jumps, so this section fits me perfectly. There's just a lot of big jumps. There's a couple jumps that you can scrub, and then it just all ends with this big triple step up. But this jump right here, super deceiving. It looks like you can probably just launch it, but that's not the case whatsoever. You do have to scrub down. It took me a little while to get used to that too. That's probably one of the biggest flaws with this track. Not even that it's super big, but a lot of the jumps are super deceiving, and they have blind takeoffs, so you don't really know what you're jumping off of unless you're used to the track. So the first few laps are going to be a little bit difficult. Like I said, if you haven't played this track, just because the jump faces are kind of blind like that. So, but like I said, not a big flaw at all. I know a lot of tracks have blind jumps and everything like that, so not a big issue, just something I thought I'd mention. And a lot of these ruts that you see, like the inside ruts, they do hold you very, very well. So that's always a plus too. You know, there's got to be a balance between the inside ruts holding you and not holding you back, almost. So it's nice to see that the creator found a happy medium. Except for the fact that he built his inside ruts into the ground, for the most part, it looks like. And coming from MX Simulator, I know a lot of us play MX Simulator, obviously. We're used to see how I mean that jump is really blind. Sorry for getting off topic, but a lot of us MX Sim players, we're used to the ruts being built up instead of built in. So that's a bit of a weird transition. I know the games are pretty much completely different, but I don't know. I've always been used to the fact that the inside lines would be built up. So not a flaw, just something that I've noticed personally. So not bashing the track maker for that either. Just something that I noticed. So one thing that I haven't touched on yet is the track layout. It's kind of unique, and I feel like it fits, or the jumps fit the layout perfectly. So props to the creator for finding the jumps to match the layout. Now I know that may not be a big deal, but having a nice variety of jumps is always, at least to me, has always been one of the key factors on if I like the track or not. Now, there could be one of the most, like, perfectly built tracks that I've ever played, but if the track layout is too boring, then I'm just not gonna like the track. It's just that simple. Like, there's got to be a nice balance between tight and technical and, you know, wide open and just trying to scrub as much speed off as possible. So like right here, we're getting into the slower parts of the track, just because I feel like there's a lot of elevation change right there. But yeah, so the creator did a great job with the perfect balance between, you know, wide open and a little bit tighter and technical, and you kind of just got to maneuver your way through it a little bit differently. So props to the creator. Just finishing up this last lap here now. And I know I always say this, or I used to always say this when I used to do track reviews all the time. I want to see how this track plays with other riders. With this built-in roughness already, I want to see how rough it actually gets with the track deformation that Reflex has. But I don't know. It gets kind of hard to find people to play the tracks with, so probably won't be playing this track with others unless, for whatever reason, I can find some people. But anyways, oh boy. I feel like a lot of these outsides are actually going to be a lot faster. just because, you know, with the elevation change, like I mentioned earlier, I feel like you got to keep your speed up to get up these step ups and whatnot, and jump up the hills with the rollers and whatever. Okay. Oh. Oh no. Alright, there we go. I wanted this last lap to be a fast lap, but whatever. I'm actually going to take this inside down the hill, just so you guys know what it looks like. So, see, it's really hard to get the drive to get back up there, so there are very, very little flaws on this track, and they're very minor, too. The overall track, like, itself is amazing. No really big issues with the track, so props to Matt428. He built an amazing track. If I had to rate it out of 10, I'd give it a 10, just because of the fact that it is so fun. And like I said, there are very, very minor flaws to it that I don't really think holds the track back. So I'll be rating this one a 10 out of 10. And I hope I have the time to review his other track. Because if I do have time to do another Reflex track review, that's going to be the track that I do, just because I want to see, in comparison, how well it's built compared to this track. So that's going to do it for this week's track review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed coming back to do it. I missed you guys, so, you know, let me know how you liked it. Leave a like, comment on the video. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And hopefully I see you guys next week for Reflex track review. Peace.